Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the new space, at least for the time being. I am doing something a little bit different today. In my last video about the autumn check-in with your body, asking questions, I had a wonderful spirit visitor that came through that I would like to make the focus of my video today. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I've never truly done something like this before. Well, I have in that I ask pointed questions from different energetic frequencies or beings. I can do that, as anyone can do that. Everything's available to connect with. We're all connected on that web of light. That's our communication, our network. And since we are all one in the unity of divine creation, we all live under the same entity, being, we can truly tap into pretty much anything energetically that we'd like to. So I've done that with our Sophia, with Mother Earth, when we get messages from the trees or the birds or the plants, mountain, right? Or from animals, spirit, any spirit really. But I've never tapped into or called in this being before necessarily. So I don't really know how it's going to go, but he has shown up. He has shown up for me 2 or 3 times now in my meditations. One of them personal, and 2 of them, I think, either in a group setting or on camera. And so I figured it's time to just go ahead and see what a session with our sage. I'm going to call him Sage because he looks like, in my mind's eye, he looks kind of like a Buddhist monk. He looks like a wisdom keeper. He looks like a teacher. That's just how he's presenting at the moment to me. And so I'm going to see what he has in store for me today. Now, yesterday when he came through with his messaging, it was about kind of mastering my reality and looking at what was presenting in my life and really taking notice of the things that the problems or the stressors or the things that were coming up over and over and over again, things I experience over and over again. And the metaphor was like waves crashing into the beach, essentially, or waves crashing into myself. It was like, oh, here it comes again. Here it comes again. Here it comes again. Almost as if it's something that I have not truly handled or healed in myself yet, or even examined. So there's something there that needs to be looked at that it feels like that this teacher is here to help me with. And I really want to capitalize on that. Because I know that there are certain times in our lives that a helper presents themselves to help us expand and grow and work with us in our becoming. And I don't want to miss out. I know how incredibly wonderful life can be when we do the work on ourselves. I've gotten to this point and done the work over years. The releasing and the shedding and the everything that comes with your beginning stages of spiritual awakening. And I've made sure that I've pushed myself through that. And thank heavens I have, because I'm in a season of harvest. I'm in a season of experiencing the gifts that come along with all of that hard work. The gift of my daughter, of a beautiful pregnancy, of a healed nervous system, of just a healed mentality about motherhood and about existing and being, and what patience means, what love means, what calm inside my body feels like, what presence feels like. I had to go through quite a bit of deconstructing and healing to get to this point. And so thus I get to reap the harvest, the benefit. I was ready for this project, for this task. And I'm so thankful and so grateful. If the opportunity to heal something else, to examine something else comes up, then I am going to sit down and do it. I'm going to sit down and do the hard work. because I know that the divine, that God cannot wait to, like I was going to say explode my mind with how good life can be. Yeah, we hear all the time that expression, like, you have no idea how good it's going to get. The divine knows and is waiting and ready to gift you with that wonderful experience. So with all that being said, I'm going to call in our sage today after our grounding meditation and see if he comes to visit and shares with me, with us, what exactly I could be examining and working on in myself right now. I'm trying not to be nervous. It's hard to look at yourself in the mirror or to feel things maybe that you don't always want to feel, that you avoid feeling on purpose. But better now than never. So I invite you to be a witness to my journey. That's what this is. Witnessing my journey. And please, I'd love to have you be a part of the grounding meditation, of calling the light down into your body, of inviting divine creation and love down into your body, to help ground it into Mother Earth, to make our Earth a beautiful, beautiful place. More so than it is today. A healed place. A utopia. An oasis. So let's begin by closing our eyes and taking a few deep breaths. You picture that beautiful divine white light above your head, and as you picture it, breathe it down into your forehead, your crown. And I hear a beautiful bird outside my window, and as I'm breathing here, it feels very much like, use your voice, use your voice, use your voice. It's the bird's cry to me, it feels today. Do you hear it out there? Use your voice, use your voice. So let's breathe that light down through our face, down our neck. Down your chest and your shoulders, down your arms. Down your torso and your belly. Down your legs. Past your knees, your calves, out your feet, into Mother Earth. And it's a full relaxing. It's a full body deep breath. And if you're noticing resistance in your body someplace, take the time just to release and let the light and your breath move through you smoothly. Go ahead and breathe that Mother Earth energy back up through your feet, up your legs, up your back and out the top of your head, up into outer space. carried all the way up, back up to that divine source. That beautiful space of light and love. And on another inhale, breathe divine love back into your heart. And today I'm calling in our teacher, our divine sage, our wisdom keeper, my higher self, my team of light that's here to guide me on this journey. And for me, I like to call in the Divine Mother, Sophia. Wisdom, hope, truth, love. All of those are frequencies. All of those are a different vein by which you can receive information and tap into a different frequency, is what I just got, actually, which is interesting. I call them in to support me in this exercise. I don't really know what to expect, but I know that it will be full of love and guidance and wisdom, and is meant to help me in my path, my next steps. I trust in the guidance. And I pray for your help in embodying it in my everyday life. To allow my human rational mind to move aside, and allow me to live in my feeling heart as often as possible. So I thank you for your guidance already. Maria Hall's Akashic Records are now open. Maria Hall's Akashic Records are now open. Maria Hall's Akashic Records are now open. And before we begin, I do set a prayer of intention to stay in alignment with my purpose, with my higher self and the divine. And only those that I am a frequency match with are permitted to be in this space. Frequency match or higher, I feel like I should say. So I'm going to call you Divine Sage, Wisdom Keeper, Teacher. I am here. I am here, I am here, I am here. What would you like to teach me today? Or what can we examine today? What needs to be examined in my life? And what's on my heart and comes out first is mastery, mastering the waves of emotion. Mastering the trajectory or the path of my heart. Learning to lead with my heart more, or all the time. And what I'm seeing at the moment is kind of my chest. My chest and this hole in my chest where my heart is. And it's a tunnel almost. It's an open tunnel. What is this trying to show me and teach me? And it's the sage and I standing in this tunnel of my heart together. And he's saying that when we reside in this space, this is the tunnel that will take you to wherever you need to go. This is the direct route, the path that will lightning speed you to anywhere you wish to go. And he's showing me that there are all of these different there are different pathways, different ways I can go, different routes. Ultimately, all of them lead to the same place. But it's fun or funny to give you the perception that you have all of these choices, that you have all of these options. Really, they're all leading to the same place. And that's connection with the divine. That's your home in divine creation. But these tunnels can be lightning speed. It all depends on how fast you want to go, he says. How fast do you want to go? Well, what would my life look like if I go slow? He said, well, it would be frustrating and boring, really. It would be the same thing over and over again. The scenery wouldn't change much. Your landscape, the landscape of your life. It would be slow. All right. Oh, okay. And he's showing me slow, medium, fast, kind of like 3 pathways. Oh, now I understand. Okay, so all the tunnels that he was showing me was kind of the different speeds you can move. And he's like, oh yes, you got it. So that was a slow option. What's the medium paced, I guess, the middle option, the middle of the road option. And now I almost feel like, ooh, I picked up speed, kind of like I'm driving through this tunnel with the wind in my face and in my hair, moving a little bit faster. And he says, see how the landscape, the picture out your window, is moving faster, is changing more. You actually get to cover more ground. You get to experience more things when you move faster. You don't get to experience the most, but you get to experience more than the slow lane. Even by picking up the speed just a little bit more, you get to see so much more. And now if we move to the fast lane, my head was like, ooh. I mean, you just get to go. You get to lightning speed. And that's what you become. You become light. And as he's showing me this, I feel resistance inside of myself at the lightning speed option. I feel fear inside of myself. I felt it. I felt myself go, whoa, whoa, that's too much. I can't do that. I'm scared. And he kind of says, and herein lies the problem. You're too scared of your own becoming. You're too scared that you're not going to be able to handle it. And he's showing me different images. And he's showing me a beautiful picture of a beach. And another image of like a mountain landscape. And me looking up at the biggest mountain I've ever seen in my life. And him saying what could be scary when you're surrounded by this. All of this is here to support you. Why would you want to miss out on all of these different views, different aspects? Don't you want to see these things? Don't you want to experience these emotions in your chest, in your body? Just because you're moving at this speed, with my head back, ooh, doesn't mean that you're out of control, essentially. Doesn't mean that you are just kind of being flung into oblivion. You're moving at the pace that's right for you. That it's made for you, really. You're too scared to get on the train. But haven't you always wanted to go on a train ride through the Rocky Mountains? To look out your train window up at the mountains and the trees and the forests and just be stunned by nature's glory. Don't you want to see and do and experience those things? Well, of course I do, I said. Then what's scary about getting on the train? And he's showing himself holding my hands and kind of helping me step onto the the step to get into the train. Like, here, I can help you. I can be here to help do that. I can be a support for you in that. And I want to ask, do I have to know what I'm scared of? What am I scared of, and where am I going? This is vague. And he said, all you need to know is that you are on the path of the divine. All you need to know is that you are like driving or being guided to the light. The light is always at the end of the tunnel. The light is always where you're going. The only darkness that you see is when you close your eyes, when you forget. When you close your heart. When you shroud yourself. But once you open your eyes, once you take the veil off, it is all light. That's your destination. That's where you're headed. That's where you're going. Okay. So what am I meant to do? So what are we doing here today? Well, the first step is admitting your fear. You're fearful, excuse me. And you carry your fear in your chest. That's what it feels like. The fear is in my chest up here. And this fear feels like, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it. That's what the fear feels like in my chest. Because there are other different points in my life that I've felt that feeling up here in my chest. Even in motherhood, I feel that. When I'm having an episode or a period of time that feels really stressful. People are screaming. I don't know if I'm going to make it through, kind of thing. That's what this feels like. I don't know if I'm going to make it. So I felt this feeling. I can feel it. So I know exactly what he's talking about. And so often I find myself breathing in my chest instead of being rooted down in my belly, in my abdomen, in my root. And what I find with this motherhood journey and the growth that I've already experienced so far, I have noticed when I'm up here in stress, when I'm up here in fear. I feel papery thin. I feel crunchy. I know that's weird, but I feel like fluttery. Like a dry leaf in the wind. And once I notice it, I can acknowledge and say, oh, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm in fear. So let me take a deep breath down into my root, into my belly, and feel myself ground even into my rump. Feel myself ground back down into my body and into earth. And once I do that, I realize, oh, I'm fine. I'm solid. I'm okay. I don't have to give in to the fluttery fear up here. It's something that I have grown over in the past few months to year, I've realized. And is changing the way that I operate. Excuse me. As a mother, but also as a human being in my own life, in my own interactions. All right, Sage, Wisdom Keeper. So if I'm too scared to get on the train, or if I'm living in fear, how do I overcome this? How do I overcome the fear of growth? And he said, did you realize what you just said? The fear of growth. Why are you so scared to evolve more? Look how much you've grown so far. Look how far you've come already. What are you so scared of changing? He goes, I'm not asking you to change your diet or to eat certain foods. I know that's scary and hard. I'm not asking that. I'm not saying that. It feels like what I'm asking is a releasing and a softening. You feel that? Feel that drop into your body. And if in my body, what it feels like right now is dropping into presence, taking up space in my belly and in my root. Being present and moving from a place of presence in my daily life. And ultimately, it feels like slowing everything down. Slow down. And not slow down, but move slower. Move precisely. When you're breathing and when you're living connected to your root, your presence in your human body, everything feels calm. There's not all this mental flutter. There's not the stress in my chest. It's almost like I know what I need to do. I do it calmly, efficiently, easily, and then on to the next thing. There's no doubt in this space at all whatsoever. There's no overthinking. There is existing and presence. And again, as we're breathing, I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it in my body. And I'm making sure that I am taking these snapshots of what it feels like. Oh, this is what presence feels like. This is what calm feels like in my body. This is what peace feels like in my body. This is what knowing feels like in my body. With each breath, I'm really making sure I memorize and feel it. Sage, if I practice this more often, what does my life begin to look like? He's showing me a Buddha. What does that represent? What does the image of the Buddha represent? You become aligned with the principles of living in a meditative state, of living a meditative lifestyle, of embodying the teachings of the Buddha. Now, I don't know much personally about Buddha, so that's something that maybe I'd like to look into after this. Sage, is there anything else I can do to move past the fear of my own growth or my own becoming, to release it? Is there anything else I can work on and do besides being present in my body? Let life's pressures and situations as they come up, one after the next, let them crash onto you as if you were a brick wall. You stand solid, Stoicism is a word that I heard. You stand there and let them hit you, knowing that they are not affecting you. Or better yet, knowing that they could affect you, but you are choosing to not let them. What are some examples of things that would be, I need to stand solid or stoic against? They're showing them. My son's school. My son's schoolwork. Okay. It has been stressing me out, yes. But like the demands of my gosh, helping him or being productive in that way, making sure everything's done as quickly, making sure everything's finished and complete, making sure I'm on top of everything and aware of everything. And I felt that in my chest. I felt it. Stand stoic. And breathe into your root, into your center, when those things feel like that they just don't stop coming. What else? People. Interactions, the way people act or the things that people say, the way people react in life, to either to you or to themselves. Stand stoically and in presence. And don't let it get in your chest. Don't let it rattle you. What they are saying, doing does not affect you. Don't allow it to. It's a reflection of themselves, the reaction. Their own fear. It's a reflection of their own fear. Anything else? Any other examples you have for me? And again, instead of an example, it said, why are you so scared of going fast? Why are you so scared of lightning speed? It's like, just do it. Just be it. Change your mind, set the expectation. Just be the person you need to be. Just be the person you know you are. Almost as if you can get a glimpse. Into future you. You already know that deep inside of yourself. You already know what you get to. So kind of just do what you're meant to do. And we're back in the tunnel again of my heart. And he's saying, so which tunnel do you choose? And again, I wanted to go towards the middle one. I wanted to go the safer route. And he says, I know you want to go in the middle. I know you want to take this route. But the other way is worth the challenge. The middle is not challenging enough. And on top of that, the challenge is a perception. It's what you're creating in your mind. You're telling yourself that it's challenging to change your emotional state, to stand in solidness and in presence. You are saying that it's challenging. But once you do it, once you make the shift, then that definition, that connotation dissolves. It doesn't exist. And the gist that I'm getting is you need to be in your body and in your root in order to speak and to share. You need to be in your presence. To speak from authority from that place in your body. So if you want to do that, if you want that in your life, then you need to do this. And that'll put you kind of into hyperdrive. And really my question then was, why do I even need to do it at all? Why do I even need to become that version of myself? Why do it? What for? And then again, it was like, don't you want to do and be and experience at everything that you possibly could? Don't you want the opportunity to see it all instead of just seeing some? And now I'm being shown kind of like a native dance with a drum or rattle. And it feels like I'm being asked to do some work like this on my root center. To sing, to play the instrument, to dance. To open that capacity and that space more. To be able to live in it and embody it more. So that's something I should be practicing. So in summary, Sage, today I learned to experience it all and to see it all. And to go full speed, I need to release the fear in my chest and live in my presence, in my authenticity, in my being, in my root, in my body. And once I can do that, then stressors and triggers won't affect me the same way they used to. people won't affect me the same way maybe that they used to, or situations. And I can walk with authority. More authority than maybe I have before. Thank you. And it's kind of like we can be done with our first lesson. I think that's a great first lesson. And it gives me a lot to think about and ponder and focus on over the next few days. This baby starts to wiggle and wake up. I want to thank you guys for joining me in this. Again, I appreciate you joining me on my journey of growth, and I hope that you're all taking your own to whatever your greatness looks like, whatever your reality can be. I think it's awesome. Oh, baby doll. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.